All right, guys, it's me back again. Follow me on Instagram at e36 Salsa. Right now, today, what we're going to be doing is focusing on how to make AC a real thing for this car. And in order to do that, we need a couple of things, and I'm going to show you how to do it because I don't really see videos about AC in these cars, and I'm tired of sweating every place I go. And I think you guys are too, especially if you're running a turbo top mount and there's a whole lot of stuff going on. So let's get down to it. All right, back it up a little bit. All right, I got somebody to help me with the recording. So everybody, in order to do this, first you will need your factory AC lines, which come like this. I cut the ends off, obviously, as you can see. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the soft line all the way to the left and down, all right? And in order to do that, we get our factory lines and we cut the ends off, and we have to find a fitting like this. I got this from my local hydraulic shop, Moorland hose. It was a couple of bucks. It's not too much money. And what you basically need to do is you need to cut it, and you need to slip it over or braze it on, whatever you choose to do, and it'll come out looking like this. After you do that, you're gonna need a fitting like this right here. It screws right on. You don't need to put any Teflon tape, right? Because it's like a compression fit. And from that point on, you need some soft AC line. I got 10 feet, just to be safe. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find how much I need to go from the left side of the firewall to the AC dryer down here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slip this in here. I don't have the bolt right now, but you don't need it. You just gotta slip it on like this. All right, doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you have it something like that, you can get a good guesstimation of how much hose you'll need to run down the side. Now, you're doing this right here. I'll find how much I need, and this is about it. I'll give it a little bit extra length. I'll come over here with my nice Milwaukee hose cutter. Don't know if it worked all that well, but I'm gonna give it a try. Probably doesn't. Oh, it does. Cut it perfectly, guys. Pick it up, Home Depot. All right, now I'll fit this on here. All right, and the idea remains the same on this end right here. So I get this one up. I already cut it before I started recording. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this fitting right here, weld it onto here. You can braze it if you want. I have a TIG welder that welds aluminum, and I'm gonna weld this on right here, and then I'll be able to fit this on. So that's how you do the left side. I got this one done at Moorland Hosed. It cost me 80 bucks for them to do it. I didn't see the sense in him doing any more welding for me because I wanted to save some money. If I had tried to get this done by them, it would probably cost me $170 just for this one line. So this is an example of what the crimps will look like. And this line will go from the condenser to the AC dryer and sit in the front. And the reason we made this line is because I'm running a Treadstone 1245 intercooler, which is about 5 inches deep. And it will not allow me to run the factory hose that goes at the bottom because it has a hard line that blocks the intercooler. And bending it is not an option because it's gonna crimp the line and we need the flow. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you again why I had to make this second line right here. This is the factory line. I believe it sits like this. And the problem is this hard line, it interferes when you're trying to run a big intercooler right here. So this is, I guess, 22 RPD's idea right here. This is their fitting, and I just followed what I seen online and what he sent me via Instagram, and I came up with this. So this replaces that, this replaces this, and that's that. The only line that I am missing, I have to go find a parts car from, is the line from the condenser to the actual compressor. So I have to go and find that. But with this video, you guys should understand how you can go about and make your own AC lines. So I have extra. That'll be from the condenser to the compressor. And the car should be ready to take refrigerant or your R134 and hold pressure. And I did buy new O-rings and bolts from FCP Euro, so you guys can go and order it. I'll try and put the part number in the description of this video. If you guys need any help or any questions, you can hit me up on my Instagram. I'll probably just put my Instagram so you guys can just hit me up and ask me questions about it. I'm doing this off of my iPhone. I'm trying to learn how to use the Adobe program as we speak, but this is just easier for me to get this out. It's kind of hot. I figured guys want to get their AC running with their turbo e36s, and that's it. So next video we'll see me at Moorland, and we'll be crimping the AC lines for my friend Darius and myself, and I'll be making the second line coming from the compressor to the firewall right there. All right. You know, I'm not too happy with how this kink looks. I got this AC line from a friend of mine, and when I took it, I don't know if I did fold it up, but I don't know if I made this little bend right here, and how this pressure hose right here mounts onto it is kind of in the way where my filter would go. So I'm thinking about cutting it right at the base and maybe cutting it off right here and mounting it back on in a different angle, so I can probably have it off to the left right here, or I'll take this little angle right here and weld it on, and then pop a little hole, weld that on, and then I should solve my issues right here. So, and then after that I'll proceed like I said before and weld this on so I can fit one of the fittings on. All right, so guys, so here I am. I just finished remaking this line right here with kink, like I showed you in the last video, and I just took some of the lines, I cut it up, and I welded it on. This was kind of dirty, so the welds didn't come out all that great, but I'm confident that it'll seal. And then this has a little bend, it comes up here. I took off the original location, I cut it at an angle, and I beveled it so it would fit on the pipe pretty nice. Popped a hole in it with a 7/32 drill bit. So this has nice flow going up here so you can feed. And this is my little braze zone fitting that's going to fit to the salt lines. So all in all, alright guys, so the second hose, I did a little thinking and tinkering. I managed to cut this off, right, and this sits at the back of the compressor and it goes up like this, like we discussed before. I might cut it shorter, weld the flange on right here, and have a 90 coming straight out this way, because I'm running the rapid spool manifold and my dump tube is right down running across the side of the chassis, and I don't think I have enough space to run all of this length. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a weld it on, and come out 90 towards the front of the car, the nose of the car, right, and run it along the body, cross over, come up in this little triangle here, follow along my AC line, which starts right, well, it sits right here usually. Follow along right here, come up, and cross over the same way. And that's going to be about 62 inches. So you're going to want about 62 inches of 16 millimeter hose to come around and avoid all the hot stuff. And I'm going to be going to Moorland hose right now to take care of it. Alright guys, this is the AC line. Well, this is one of them. If you're going to continue to use your factory mounting area and just braze on here and where the dryer is over here, you're going to want 290s like this. And this is about, I want to say, 40 to 44 inches of AC tubing. And I'll tell you the specs of them right now. It is a Galaxy Hose SLE 4890, 5/16, 8 millimeters, R134A, R1234 YF. So this is what I'm using for Moorland hose. So mine is 32 inches because I made my mounts, well, I made it way more custom than anybody else would have to, because mine was kind of bent and I didn't like the kink. And that's that. The next step, what I'll be doing is making some AC lines for the compressor. And I'm not too sure about how to go about it. Originally from factory, it sits on top of the compressor like this, going up in between the shock tower and the factory exhaust manifold. I don't have that type of space, so what I'm thinking about doing is mounting it like this and having it come this way up and around like the other AC line is supposed to be. And in order to do that, I'm not too sure if the hose supply shop has something where I can weld a little piece right here and make an elbow for it to come back towards me. So I'm gonna go to the hose supply shop and see if they have any mild steel fittings that can weld and support this size hose. This size hose is a 35 bar DN 16 millimeter R134A. I cut it just to make sense of it. Now for this upper part, I'm gonna try to do the same thing, probably get me one of them weld-on fittings and just weld it on right here, come off with a 90 degree, come back around and meet that hose up here somehow. I'll meet that hose up here somehow. So that's what's gonna happen here. All right. All right, guys, I'm here at Moorland Hose out here in Long Island. Andrew was nice enough to help me inside and piece together my AC kit for the past couple of days. I want to do a quick overview of what I've got so far, well, just from coming today. And we'll go over some of the part numbers so you guys can call and order, or if you want, I can even make you some AC kits if you hit me up via my Instagram. So right here I got 62 inches of some 16 millimeter 5/8 inch Galaxy hose. It's 4826, size 12, made in the USA. And that's going to be going from the compressor to the firewall. That's the one that would go in between the factory exhaust manifold. So this one is going to be going around just like the smaller tubing that I made earlier. This one right here, they were nice enough to crimp it on for me. I clocked it properly how I needed them clocked, and this way the hose won't be stressed out or whatever have you. So for this 16 millimeter hose, you're going to need to cut the fitting that would go on the compressor right here, the back of the compressor. You're going to need to cut it and you're gonna need to weld on one of these steel flanges right here. It fits perfectly, all right? And you're just gonna wanna weld it on, get you guys a welder to weld it on, something like that. I'm sure you guys can find one if you want AC. And basically that fitting is called a -10 ANJIC weld on. It's to retrofit to the 16mm hose, the soft hose that I got right here, right? -10 JIC weld on, retrofit, 16mm, that's it, right here. The next one is this fitting, right? And this fitting goes on the firewall right here. So this fitting attaches right here, it's aluminum. I'll have to weld this on when I get back to the house. It goes on the firewall, and this fitting I picked up from them is called a 12 SAE aluminum retrofit weld on. It's a retrofit item to go onto that same 16mm hose. So that's going to be on here like this when I'm done with it. And there's a 90-degree fitting that I'm going to use to follow the same one I have like this right here. So, and that 90-degree fitting is called a 12 ACA-12 FSX 90-degree. And they have it for $25 US. I'll come back and buy it another day. I spent a lot of money here over the last couple of days, but whatever, it's called that. And the steel one, the steel 90-degree that you're gonna need is a 12 ACA-10 FSX 90, and that one goes for $23 US. The aluminum fittings that I welded on for these right here, all right, this one right here goes on the dryer, right? That aluminum fitting is called a -6 SAE aluminum fitting, and I have 2 of them. That's what you guys will need. I still have one more line to make that I'm not going to make on camera. It's pretty straightforward. You might be able to get away with using the factory one. So I still have yet to test that, but you guys can let me know, or I'll make an update to this video. Today I spent $121. Let's see. The other day I spent $152. And the first day I spent $106, but it would really been $80. I had bought a separate hose for my PCB system. So I'm at about $300 right now, give or take. And this is the AC kit so far. I'm gonna go home, weld it up, probably throw some pictures up of everything welded up, and that'll be it. All right, guys, just welded this on here. It sits right there. All right, that's my 16mm hose. I just ran it to see it fit. All right, comes right here, goes down here. This bolts right here. The big hose will go down in there like it does, curl up, and bolt on to the other fitting that I have to weld right in here.